it is one reason to study the Bible, to be cleansed. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word, in Psalms 119 and verse 9. And then in First Corinthians, 2 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 1, it says, having therefore these promises, dearly beloved, let us cleanse ourselves from all filthiness of the flesh and spirit, perfecting holiness in the fear of God. And so uh, there are light views among believers today that you can live any kind of life so long as you are fundamental in your beliefs of salvation by the grace of God. Believe me, God uses the Word of God to reveal to us when we are not walking according to His will, which may be another reason that I do an hour podcast on each of the chapters. Gives you something to listen to for a longer period of time than you may be used to. It's about building up your tolerance. And then maybe one day you'll catch up with me. The real test or get ahead of me, and then I'll have to do 2 chapters a day. I've got one person that's ahead of me, and I told him I need to start doing 2 chapters a day, I guess, for you. And so, if I get many more, I definitely will. The real test, which reveals whether a person is genuine in his relationship to God, is whether he is studying the Word of God and whether he is letting it have its way in his life. God intends for us to be obedient to His Word. Now, what was removed here was, there are those that they don't want us to study the Bible. They discourage Bible study in our churches, and this is we're getting ready to come up on small groups this next weekend. We have a small group training coming Saturday at Church on the Rock, and then Sunday we're kicking off small groups. As I listen to a lot of this section, I'm reminded of the problems that are involved there. I don't think there are a whole bunch of people. Why did we get rid of Sunday school? COVID, but why didn't we go back to Sunday school after COVID? Who is hindering us from doing that? Who is propagating that we keep not doing Sunday school on Sunday morning? That brings up some questions. And so then so as we continue, be, before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now have I kept thy word. Psalms 119 and verse 67. It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes. Psalms 119 and 71. My friend, he uses affliction to bring up to the us to the word of God, that you and I might be made serviceable to him. I don't think that you will ever be clean before God if you don't study the Word of God. I believe that people who are really dangerous are the ones who are as active as termites in our churches, but who are reluctant to study the Word of God. I consider them the most dangerous element against the Word of God and the cause of Christ in this world. My friend, we need to study the Word of God and apply it to our lives. That's the thing. I can think. Our secretary, she taught one of the small groups, and I think one of the board members does, but there's board members that don't. The treasurer doesn't teach or attend any of the small groups. I think it should be mandatory that either you teach or you attend a small group if you are involved in the church, because that is dangerous if they aren't studying the Word of God. How in the world can they tell the church what to do or advise the church what to do if they are as spiritually inert as a bag of rocks? I've went over this time and time again.